You are about to listen to Soulmates by A.J. Mitar, narrated by Ian A. Miller and published by TekTime. Introduction. Financial earthquake. My stocks were on freefall. My wife's complaints were weighing me down, and, if all that weren't enough, the paranoid media was announcing an impending apocalypse, as if Lucifer himself were going to collide with the moon. I could even accept the surreal idea that a giant wave will level the ground all the way up to the entrance to Piacenza. Maybe Po Valley would become a better place. That seemed to be the popular joke for this foretold catastrophe. And then there was my boss and his excessive demands. I couldn't put up with him for another second. He slashed the project budget in half, but kept the same specification. That decision puzzled me for days. I was as stressed out as I could be, and I wished I could have forgotten all about that entire week, if it weren't for Maria's first words. A mediocre management for the Homo sapiens of the 21st century, I repeated to myself. However, the weekend held some interesting promises. Actually, we had a pleasant surprise on Saturday. Angelica and Tommy. Saying we were friends would be undermining our friendship because we've known each other since we were kids, so we were almost siblings. Even though they lived about 125 miles away, they always seized the opportunity to come and visit us. We'd spend a nice time in good company, having fun while dusting off our childhood memories. They brought their firstborn, Lorenzo, who was a little over 1 year old. He was a restless baby, about 20 or 22 pounds, with nice little rolls of fat, and his mother's almond eyes. I watched in amusement as he and our daughter, at the tender age of 2, were raising hell. Enjoying a nice T-bone steak and a glass of Chianti, that sounded like the best way to end the day on a high note. A nice time at a restaurant would restore our loquacity and keep us in high spirits. We left for a village up in the hills, located about 12 miles from my house, where there was a cozy country hotel I'd always go to in special occasions. It would take us 20 minutes or so to arrive at our destination, some 2,000 feet up the hill. We got in our cars and left the city behind us, taking a narrow, dark road away from traffic through the exuberant chestnut grove up the first hills in the province of Reggio Emilia. A light fog covered the valley, and despite the limited visibility, it wasn't a major issue. We had a GPS, just in case. I drove unhurriedly, listening to our little girl's voice coming from her safe car seat in the back. My BMW was followed by my friend's car, a silent electric minivan that was as dark as the valley below us. Letizia, my wife, was on the passenger seat, keeping an eye on little Maria and addressing all her requests. At that moment of leisure in particular, she wanted to entertain herself with her new favourite pastime, an annoying game on the smartphone. But it was Letizia herself who noticed a faint, blurry light amid the liquid water droplets suspended in the air. "Alex, what kind of weird light is that?" she asked me. "Where does it come from? I don't remember any street lights on this road." Until then I hadn't noticed anything out of the ordinary, and thought that blurry light could have been a vehicle coming our way. "I don't see any alert on the radar about other vehicles in the vicinity. Only Tommy and I are driving up this road," I told her after I checked the augmented reality app. I leaned forward to get closer to the windshield. Oddly enough, I couldn't see any light posts, but the intensity was increasing to the point that the light became almost blinding. Tommy, who'd been keeping a consistent distance from my car, started to signal me with his headlights. Alex, look at the sky, it's coming toward us!" my wife yelled. She seemed frightened, but I had known her for 15 years and knew for a fact that she was easily impressed. By now I was already used to her tendency to be alarmed. However, my blood ran
Sample complete. Ready to continue?